By
See
Broadway.
that you're finally wearing the glitter jacket.
Yeah, I did.
Never wore it on the show before.
Since it's our first show tonight.
This is our first show on Village Connection Network. I'm really excited.
Way to go. Give me 5 on that. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Good evening. How are you guys?
Heather Lee, how are you, sweetheart? We're shipping
I'm doing
shirts away.
great. I had to call in because I just wanted you guys to pay extra shipping to get my shirt here.
Thank you, Heather.
Actually, I'm going to give them to your father, and he's going to ship them to you.
Oh, in that case, I'll never get it.
Brought up a really good point, Darren.
Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to the Business Powwow with Darren and the Music Man. It sounds like somebody's in heat. It's good.
How are you, Music Man, this week?
Really interesting question.
That's a fantastic question, Norman.
Wow. See, I got a fantastic. You just got good. I got fantastic.
What kind of toy did she like?
I'm kidding.
Come on, he always goes there. Were you drinking before the show? One of the cardinal rules. 2 things you never do to a woman. You never say they're old, and you never say they're heavy.
I'm never going to see her again. What's the difference?
Wait a second.
We both know I won't be seeing you again.
You know Lauren for a long time.
Yes, I do. By the way, this is a Yankee station.
It's a Yankee station. John, it's a Yankee station.
All right?
4th extravaganza.
Hell no.
Hi, Eileen. Eileen's on.
Hi, Eileen. Eileen Karina is on.
Yeah,
Hi, Eileen.
Great question. We have a lot of undulations out in the field. Undulations.
Is that a one? What the hell is undulation?
Fred, don't use big words. John's not calling, he's chicken.
Did you just call me a chicken?
I called you a chicken. I did call you a chicken.
You called me a chicken.
I called you a chicken. Hey, right? So this
Help.
I gotta get him a cough button, Jim. What do you think?
A cough button would be a good idea.
Consider that a good question that he asked?
Great question.
There you go. I got
Pythons and brains.
But our own John from Hazlitt provided the confetti for the ticker tape parade. Hey, sorry. This, yeah, I was just gonna say, this show's about him. It's not about you.
Hey, give me some loving.
How are you, Music Man?
Hello, Darren. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm absolutely convinced. I'm
telling
you
you.
got some kind of brain damage when you had that thing last year.
I'm telling you, and he called. And
Seeing interviews by Darren and the Music Man. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Siapi and Norman Wasserman.
Let's do this, yeah.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Monday version of the Business Powwow with Darren and the Music Man. I am the Music Man, also known as Norman.
Hey, Norman.
Hi, Music. Well, I'm the Music Man.
You're the Music Man.
You're
changing
Dimples.
your name again. I don't know what you're doing. How are you, my friend? You have a nice
Let me
weekend?
get the bad stuff out of the way.
Bad stuff, uh-oh.
Bad stuff out of the way.
Okay, go ahead. What's the
Because
bad
I'm very
stuff?
sad. Serious stuff.
Okay.
I had to put my dog to sleep
Oh, I'm so sorry.
on Saturday, so that was a real bad day.
Oh, that's,
He was my best buddy.
Yeah, I'm
and
sorry.
miss him badly. And but he had cancer, amongst other things, and disc problems.
Well, he's been sick for a while, right?
Yeah, he's been the last couple of months
Yeah.
not doing too good. But anyway, otherwise, okay, enough of that. We're gone. New face.
Well, I'm so sorry about that, and you know, you and I talked about this last week.
Yeah.
You know, my heart goes out to you, and our prayers
Thank
go
you.
out to you and Renee.
Thank you.
And,
Anyone who's had an animal knows exactly, especially, well, whatever. Okay, you invited this guest in today, right?
Well, actually, I didn't invite the guest. We had originally, if everybody saw the original postings and stuff, we had Zipbox coming on, our friend Rob, right? He was coming on and things like that, and unfortunately something came up, called me the other day, you know, in a panic because, you know, he was very upset that he couldn't be on and things like that, and he found us a replacement, okay, very dear friend of both him and I.
Don't say it, but she's a hell of a lot better looking than he is.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
And you know what? And he'll admit to it. So, but we're very.
I hope she didn't hear me say that.
No, she heard you.
She did?
She heard you. Yeah.
Oh.
She heard you say it before the show too.
The heck? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna zip
You're going to zip your
for a
mouth.
second, and we're going to let you talk.
I'm actually,
Good.
you know, I talk about Latip all the time on the show and stuff, and this guest is actually the vice president of my chapter.
That's a big chapter. Chapter that you
we
have,
got
right?
over 60 people in our chapter now, and you know, we had some
You
changes
go,
over
girl.
the summer, and
You give me some. That's
we're
it.
rebuilding.
Bomb.
We want to welcome Jillian Maneri from Green River Capital. Hey, Jillian,
Welcome,
how are
Jillian.
you?
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Welcome. Welcome.
so it's
Pleasure.
great
No,
having
really, we
you.
had no choice, so that's
Well,
it.
you're stuck with me now,
Yeah, that's
so
it.
what are we
Actually,
gonna do?
For an hour.
It worked. It worked out better.
It
Than
worked out much better. Good call.
There you go. Yeah. So, Jillian, tell us about you and tell us about Green River Capital. What is it all about?
Well, Green River Capital, we're mortgage brokers. We're local. We're in Plainview, New York. We're a New York brokerage. We've grown tremendously this year. When I actually joined the company about a year ago after a well sought out search of the right place to wind up, and I'm extremely happy with my choice. And I was the 4th loan officer, and we are now at 8.
Wow. So
When did you
doubled
join
in
them?
size.
I joined them in September of 2018.
So just a little over a year, you doubled in size. But what did you do before that? If you only been there for a year, what did you do before that?
Well, I've actually been in mortgages since the playpen.
Did you negotiate the mortgage on the playpen?
I did. I was known in nursery school for the.
Excellent. You give
No,
discounts?
but I'm actually, this is my 20th year in mortgages. I started in
You're not
mortgages.
even 20 years old. So
Well,
how
that's
do-
why I make that joke, because that's what I get every time I tell people, I'm in the business about 20 years. They say, oh, when did you start? In nursery school? So now I break the ice for
just-
people, and I just tell them it was, nursery school,
It
out of the
works.
right out of a diaper.
Now, you and I have known each other for a while now, and I know your story. And
Yes.
it's a very interesting story how it all came about. So why don't you tell us,
Sure.
from that time, Norm always asks the question of people, when you were on the playground.
Well, if I asked the question, why are you asking?
Well, when you're on the playground,
When
did
you were
think-
at home playing with your dolls, not on the playground,
How
or
do you
with
know
your
she played
friends,
with
and you were
dolls? Maybe she
playing
didn't play with
jacks, or you were playing whatever,
I was playing dodgeball, kickball.
dodgeball, kickball, because you were
Yes.
out there.
Absolutely.
And what did you think you were going to do? What were your plans?
My first plan in life was to be an attorney. I wanted
Mine
to.
too, but
I
that
wanted
didn't
to be a
work.
constitutional
I didn't like
lawyer,
school.
and I wanted to.
Constitution. Why Constitution?
Because I wanted to fight for amendments and after history and junior year in high school. I had an amazing history teacher, Mrs. Scazzaro, in history, and she just made me love the Constitution. And after that, I wanted to be an attorney, and then I know a lot of attorneys, and they all told me not to do it.
Well, I can tell you, after having a number of attorneys on this show and talking to them, I would probably stay away from
So
that.
I took the advice, and at the time I took a part-time job answering the phones at the age of 15 in a mortgage company, and we're sitting here 20
So
years
you've been
later.
doing this since you were 15.
I answered the phones,
Mm-hmm.
I did copy package, I was the processing assistant, the boss's assistant, I did what I had to do.
As you worked your way through high school,
Correct.
you realized, hey, you know what? I got this job. I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years now, and now it's time to leave high school. And you said, okay, I want to dive into this.
Well, yeah, it was actually, it was time to go to college, and it was already turning into somewhat of a fruitful career. My boss, my ex-boss, was a great mentor to me, and he was growing me up, to be successful in the business. And I graduated high school, and it was just the right move. He made the hours work for me. At a time, I was there first in the summer, and I thought, okay, goodbye to the summer job. You can't have somebody answer your phones from 3 p.m. on. You need somebody to fill the morning. But he said, come on in after school and we'll find work for you. And it was a very booming, busy time in the mortgage business. If you think back to 2002, 2003, after, it was, the rates were low, the business was there and the work was there. And I was willing to work. And
that's, okay, so you're working now, you start to go into this thing full time.
Mm-hmm.
You said your mentor did by you very well, taught you very well. Why the change?
The change was because I kind of hit a plateau. There, the infrastructure was set up that I was under him at the time, and I was facilitating his business, and
I know because you and I have worked together.
Yeah.
I know what, deep down, a lot of it was quality of life, right?
Yeah.
And you now you had kids. You wanted
correct,
to be
and
home.
I needed to figure out my own business. His business was great, and it was a perfect match for both of us at the time. But as I started my own family, moved out to Plainview, had children in the school district, was making my own connections. It was just more and more of a pull out east. The office was in Regal Park, Queens, so at the time I was commuting.
Did you write your own mortgage?
Yes, I did. Well,
did you get a good deal?
I didn't sign the application. Yes, I got a great deal.
I hope so.
Yes.
Otherwise, you should have called someone else.
No.
So,
but yeah, it was just location, right? Like my power partners realtors say, location is everything. So when I could put 2 hours back in the day not commuting, when I could
Great
figure
for the
out my
kids.
own schedule, when I could be in close proximity for referral sources to partner with them, it seemed like a better opportunity, and I was right. Thank goodness. After a year reflecting, it was a great choice.
well, and it's a very scary thing to leave something that
Very.
okay, I'm generating X number of dollars every year, and all of a sudden I'm going to take this leap of faith, so to speak,
Correct.
and walk away from it.
Yes.
Right? That's a scary thing for anybody.
Well, these people will come back. You didn't leave them in the lurch. You let everybody know that you've moved on, I'm sure. And if it comes time that you need to buy or sell, I'm still available for you. Call me at whatever number it may be, right?
Well, I mean, I have a Facebook and I have my own marketing. Put it this way: if someone's looking for me,
They'll find you.
They will find me.
Right.
But out of loyalty reasons, I did not go after a book of business. I didn't take phone numbers with me when I left.
But it's your own book of business. You don't have to take somebody else's, but
Correct,
just your
but there
own.
was a somewhat of a hybrid situation,
Okay.
over the years. So I respected that and was appreciative of, it was like a family atmosphere for a long time, and I feel like karma is always on your side when you do the right thing. So I tried my best to do the right thing, and hopefully the karma is that the people that deserve to find me will always find me.
By the way, if anyone would like to call in a few minutes, the number is 631-415-1365, and you can ask questions.
Wow, you didn't even need it written down today.
I am so on.
You are.
I am so
I want to
on.
just quickly, Chris is on. Now, Chris, we all know Chris from
Who's Chris?
Ready Set Studios.
Oh, yes.
Right, Chris does also Jillian's marketing.
Yes, he does.
And he puts together
he
all
does-
her
he does
videos
your
for
work?
her.
Yes,
He
he
certainly
does.
does
He does
mine.
some
Chris
great
does that.
videos.
And Eileen sends her condolences to you. She's so sorry
Thank
to hear
you.
that.
Thank you, Eileen.
So hi, Eileen. Eileen watches our show constantly, so we always
And
give.
Chris is doing a whole bunch of stuff for me.
Oh, great.
Matter of fact,
whole
Chris
bunch.
was going to come down and take some shots, but because of you, because he's finishing something up for you,
Yeah,
he's not here tonight.
Oh man.
So that's
7,
your
8
fault.
projects that are going on from one of the things that I do, which is like the stuff that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris is great. So I appreciate, Chris, that you stayed home
Yeah.
to help me. So that's
Chris
it.
told me that you would yell at him if
No, I just
he
won't
didn't
pay
get
him.
there.
Which is worse, getting yelled at or not getting paid?
Definitely not getting paid.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly.
I have to say, this is a shout out for Chris, especially if you're listening. If anybody needs your services, which is, what would you call it, the online advertising?
Online advertising, video. He does websites. He does marketing, right? The SEO stuff.
And that's what he's
Him
doing
and
for
Rudy,
me
so-
as we speak. He's doing some video marketing.
So he-
for me, making some ads. If anyone needs someone like this is the one and only person that you should go to.
He's the guy who put our commercials together. The commercials that you see during our show, he's the guy who did.
And
that.
he's only 17.
That's right. Yeah, he's another one. He's only, he's, I don't know if you know, he's only 4 months older than my son.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's the age gap in there. We were talking one day, and he's like,
And he's older than his actual years.
Yeah.
yeah,
he
Well,
is.
he's a wise kid. So
Yeah,
let's
nice kid.
shows about Jillian.
Yeah, well, I
It's
just
not
want to
about
give a
Chris.
shout out. I needed a discount. So.
So here we go. Now Chris is like, she's a rock star, and he goes, and you, Darren.
There he
but
goes.
not Norman. He didn't say you were a rock star.
No, I'm not a rock star. I'm just normal.
He's just Norman.
I rock on stage.
Well, he's saying we're sharing too much about him, so we'll go on now. Chris, we love you, Chris.
Yeah,
What makes you a mortgage expert?
What makes me a mortgage expert is that I told you I've been in mortgages since I was in nursery school.
What makes you the expert?
No, what makes me a mortgage expert is that I've seen every aspect of the business. Mortgages are like an assembly line. They start with an opener, they go with a sales agent, a processor, a closer, so on and so forth. I've literally worked in every bucket in that, so it really gives me a whole picture.
So nobody can con you or put you off or whatever, maybe because you got it.
No.
Well, a lot of mortgage brokers, when they start out, they come in, they're pretty much already established as a person. You came in from the bottom up.
Oh, yes.
And you started working the phones. And so most people are like, if I became a mortgage broker, I'm not going to do all the things that you did. You have the experience that I don't have, and which makes it more difficult for me. See, what's different, because again, Jill and I have worked together. Mm-hmm. She understands me being an accountant. She understands what I'm looking for on a financial statement, and knows that when I go to her and say, hey, I need a mortgage, she goes, oh, you need to move this here, that there, and present it differently. So the mortgage companies are going to be, she knows all those little ins and outs, which makes her very unique.
Well, thank you. I mean, I think processing does that to you, and since I had worked some time in processing and a processing assistant, you learn what the underwriters are asking for and why they're asking for it and how they came to that conclusion. And I kind of sat on the other side. Mm-hmm. So then I was able to follow the guidelines like a processor, but give the service like a sales agent, loan officer. Right. So in my opinion, I try to bring to the table for the client the best of both worlds, in a sense that I know what the underwriter is going to say, and I'm going to preempt that in every step of the way. I might seem annoying in the beginning and overburdening, but I'm going to get everything so that I have it all, and we have the smoothest process, because I don't want to be...
Do you ever sell homes?
Sell homes? No.
No. But you would just work with real estate agents,
Yes, I work with many real estate agents over the years. One of my favorites, Gerard Drew's my power partner.
Who was that? Gerard is in Gerard Drew. Century 21.
Yep.
All right. He's in our LaTip group. Great guy. Fantastic guy. I'm sure he's watching tonight. Right, Gerard? You better be on.
Gerard, if you're on, call in. Give yourself a plug.
Yeah, Michelle joined in tonight. She's actually watching.
Michelle's watching too.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Michelle, you're running a little behind there. But I'll forget it. I'll tell you when I get home.
Are you complaining about her work ethic?
No, not at all. Her work ethic, no. We're not going to go there. I'm going to get my head.
I'm just leaning you into it.
Remember, happy wife, happy life.
That's well, here's the thing. Your situation. I was going to bring it up again, but I'm not going to.
No, you can do it. It's fine.
No,
it's okay. I'm
so
good
Norman,
with it.
Norman, I know Michelle. I told you about it last week. Norman's dog was very sick, so I had to put him down last weekend. So that's how we started the show tonight.
So
we
very cheery show.
Very cheery show. It's just like you're killing the whole thing.
Anyway, and I'm like such a dog lover. Like,
so Jill, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, right, and they want to talk to you about the best way to get a mortgage, because you can get a mortgage for anything. It doesn't have to be residential. It could be commercial.
It could be commercial.
It could be.
It could be that you want to get pre-approved because you want to think about it one day.
Right. Well, that's one of the things we're going to talk about when we come back, is the whole pre-approval process and why that's so important these days. So how can they get a hold of you?
Anybody can get a hold of me via cell phone, via email, or even on my website, and you can apply on my website.
Is that number 347-234-2565?
It is, Norm, and that
As
email
in
address.
347-234-2565.
That's 347-234-2565.
There we go.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the pre-approval process and why it's so important, as well as some other information that we dug up, about mortgage brokers and why it's so beneficial to go with a broker instead of going with a traditional lender.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, this is Doug Cormack, Executive Director of Orchard Estate of Woodbury, Woodbury's first assisted living and memory care community. We're opening this summer for seniors who need a little or a lot of assistance with things like taking their medication, meals, or just a maintenance-free lifestyle. Our experienced staff keeps seniors and their families connected to what matters most. Call us today to inquire about our model apartments and discover how Orchard Estate of Woodbury is providing the lifestyle Long Island seniors deserve. Call 516-246-2167. That's 516-246-2167. Or visit orchardestatewoodbury.com. Licensure pending.
Good
evening, everybody, and welcome to Friend Entertainment USA. My name is Norman Wasserman. I am also known as the Music Man. Let me just tell you a little bit about Friend Entertainment. We put on concerts for charities, and we do that everywhere from New York to Las Vegas. We do R&B, Motown, rock and roll, jazz, whatever it is that you wish. Friend Entertainment will deliver the best of the best for you and your charity. Here are some of the names of the talent that have performed with us on our stage. Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner, The Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire, the one and only ELO, Elton John himself, Kool and the Gang, and the fabulous Donna Summer. Go to our website, friendentusa.com. That's www.friendentusa.com, or feel free to call us at 631-698-9696. 631-698-9696, and we'll see you at the next show.
Small business owners, are you having trouble growing your business? Do you feel like you're always swimming upstream? Do you feel like daily tension that I can't get ahead and I don't know why? Hi everybody, my name is Darren Sayafi and I'm a business therapist. What's a business therapist? Well, some people call us coaches, some people call us advisors, other people even call us strategists. We take a vested interest in you and your personal development as a person and as a business owner to give you the tools and structure that you need to take it to that next level. So don't wait. Give me a call today for your free consultation and let me show you how you can help yourself.
And welcome back to the Business Power Hour with Darren's guest.
My guest, Jillian Maneri from Green River Capital.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Jill. So we're going to open the phones up, 631
415
1365. That's 631
415
1365. Give us a call. We just saw Paul George jumped on. You know, I know how excited you were when Paul George was on the show.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul, waiting for those T-shirts, buddy.
So, yeah, we got Drew's just joined us. Gerard.
My pal partner.
Yeah, Gerard. Gerard, we were just talking about you, man.
I don't believe any of these people are really on. I mean,
No,
I have
look,
to.
it says Gerard,
I don't care what it
George,
says.
Paul George,
631
Chris Gannon,
415 1365.
Give us a call.
Show us what you got.
If you use Jillian, now Gerard, you use Jillian all the time to help your clients.
And we know you're on.
We know you're on.
So you
you
can't
better
hide.
call in. You better give us a good testament about
That's right.
that. So let's talk about the pre-approval process. Why is that so important? Or maybe Gerard can call in and tell us why it's so important. to have
No, I
pre-approval.
want Jillian to do it.
You know, so why is it that it's so important these days?
Well, because you don't want to waste your time. Time is everything.
As
Time
an
is
agent,
money.
you don't want to waste your
As
time.
an agent, as a buyer,
Well,
as
you
a
don't-
seller, as a mortgage broker, as an attorney, who? I mean, you get
Well,
to the end of
buyer-
the transaction and find a problem. That's,
Buyer's not wasting their time. They're wasting everybody else's time.
No, they're wasting their time. If you want to get, if you have a goal to get into a house, let's say a lot of my clients are expecting or getting married. I want to get in before the baby. You want to waste 3 months on a house that's too expensive for you to find out you get declined, or do you want to?
I want to be advised.
You want to be advised. You want to say, you want someone to tell you your price range is between 500 and 520. This is your range of taxes. Make sure you're not in a flood zone. X, Y, you know.
And make sure that your other expenses will not stop you from making your mortgage payment.
Well, correct. That's, you know, absolutely. That's as far as
well, you dig
qualifying.
into that. So pre-qualification, how long does that take?
Well, it depends on your motivation level. If I get somebody a list and I say to them, I need your pay stubs, your W-2s, your tax returns, your bank statements, your
So
ID.
they
give it to me within 24 hours, I will get back to them in the same 24 hours.
So for the most part, the pre-approval says, yeah, you qualify for this mortgage. That doesn't guarantee that they're going to get a mortgage, though, does it?
Well, that's really the difference between, a lot of people don't know the difference, and it's been argued over the time whether it's just synonyms, but there's really the difference between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification. A pre-approval is really Sometimes it could be somebody verbally taking your information, whereas when you pre-qualify someone, I'm reading their tax returns, I'm qualifying their income based on their pay stubs.
Right.
I'm looking into their bank statements. Not only do they have the money in the bank, but has it been there for 60 days? Because if not, that's going to create a question.
Right.
These are all the things that I'm looking into ahead of time that I wouldn't say, most, I don't want to, damage my peers, but I've heard a lot of loan officers don't do as in-depth as a qualification up front.
It sounds to me like a lot of loan officers will go, yeah, based on what I hear, you're fine.
Yeah, I'd like to think they do a little bit more than that, but
Well, have you run across that? Has anybody come to you and said, well, I don't want to use a mortgage broker, I had a bad experience?
Yes, I have. Or, it's actually more so, not I had a bad experience, more so I heard that you shouldn't use a broker.
That is just so wrong.
If not, I've heard, that would actually cause me to ask them a question. Maybe this is based on an actual circumstance that I'll give them. But no, most of the time it's I've heard.
You should use a broker for anything. If there's a possibility, a car broker.
That's how I live my life, because I know now what a third
They're
party
shopping
can
for the
do.
best deal.
A third
Exactly.
party's due diligence can really set you apart.
We found this article on findamortgagebroker.com.
Okay.
Why did you go there in the first place?
Well, because Jill sent it to me.
Oh, you mean so Jill found it? Got it.
Well, he said we. I'm part of the we. It's a trio right now.
There we go. So we're a team. So the mortgage broker advantage. This article is very good. If you really want to know about mortgage, what the mortgage broker is all about, and why it's a great way to go.
Where was this posted?
Findamortgagebroker.com. Okay. Great article, The Mortgage Broker Comeback, it's called. And it talks about the advantages of being a mortgage broker and the fact that you're pulling from a pool of different lenders. You're not stuck. Like if you go to Chase or Dime or Bank of America, you're kind of stuck with their rules.
Their box.
Their box.
It's usually if you don't fit into their box.
Right.
That's when the turbulence occurs.
And you can work with anybody, right, for the most part?
Any lender. Any lender that is going to be a benefit for my clients. We either probably already on board with them, or my boss would get on board with them if he saw a benefit right away.
Do you work with traditional lenders also?
Of course, we work with traditional lenders. We work with all different types of lenders, but as I always tell clients, even if you do look for a traditional lender, let's say you close your loan with Chase or Wells Fargo, you're signing something that says that they're allowed to sell it or assign it to any third party after that.
So you just sell your money?
So you could go with Chase and the next day Chase could sell it 3 times after, and you're winding up with a third party servicing company. Because these large lenders, sometimes in order to replenish their warehouse lines and get more money to lend and originate new mortgages, they want to get some of their existing mortgages off the books. They don't want the 30-year payout, they want the short-term points, and it allows them to go back into the buying market. So they'll sell it most often, but I've noticed that these wholesale, lenders that I deal with, I can typically find a solution to most problems that a typical lender, a vanilla A-paper lender would refuse to lend in. Some of my lenders might be looking for that.
Do you have a story that you can tell us about a real crazy mortgage that you were able to get for somebody that nobody else could go and get? Some things or some strings you pulled or whatever it was, knowledge?
I do. I have one story. I have a bunch of stories, but one that sticks out to me because it happens to be in the past year. I had a couple that came to me that was actually devastated by Sandy, and they lost a condo back in, what was Sandy, 2006?
12.
Oh, it's 2012, I'm thinking of the wrong.
2006, wow.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong. I'm totally off beat there. So 2012, and they lost the condo. They were never able to go back in. It was uninhabitable. So at the time, they did a short sale with the lender, but the mortgage was never completely forgiven by the lender at the time based on failure to paperwork. So years later, this gentleman found out that he actually still had ownership rights to the property, and he had to do a deed in lieu of foreclosure then. Because it was so many years later, the deed in lieu of foreclosure was actually showing up as recent as a year ago.
Oh, so
but it really happened, so we were able, a normal bank sees that on the credit report, that they don't even go a step further.
That's it's
just
done.
have a nice day, sir.
Right.
And it was
Here's your hat,
wonderful
what's your
story. It was such a great, hardworking family, and they wanted their second chance, and I had a great lender rep. That was the good synergy, and the lender rep was just like me. She was a real, fighter, and she was fighting for it alongside me, and we got it done.
Is because you're working in this type of atmosphere and working with so many different lenders and so many, this article references that you guys are really mortgage experts, more so than people that you're working with at traditional lenders.
Yes.
Is that because of the different scenarios that you guys run across?
Well, it's one reason is because of the vast array of guidelines that I have to learn. I'm not just learning one bank, I'm learning 25 to 30 different banks on any given day and trying to keep that knowledge. But the other thing that sets us apart in the inception of even being either a loan officer, a broker, or staffed at a lender, is that if you work for a lender, you don't need the degree of license that I needed. As an independent broker, we are held to the highest degree. In order to get my license, I had to do a background check, a fingerprint. I had to do 40 hours of federal, 11 hours of state that I have to redo. Every year I have to do another 12 hours.
And they don't have to do that at Chase.
No, they don't have to do. They often do like group meetings. Their continuing education is much less of a degree. They didn't have to take as many tests in the beginning. They're they reap a lot of the benefits of the lender's charter, and they don't have to be scrutinized as much as us as independent brokers.
And if you don't write, you don't make money.
That's correct.
They don't have to write to make money.
Correct.
They just will get fired.
Right.
And a lot of times they're more application based. If they sit at their desk and they take 5 applications, that's a good day. And if I don't want to take 5 applications unless I know 5 of them are going through. So, I'm not saying I won't take up the application, but I'm very good at identifying right away how close to being ready for financing an applicant is, because you don't want to give someone false hope.
Do you counsel them on what they have to do in order to get ready?
Absolutely. See, I never really say no. If you notice, I said how close to ready for financing they are. I never tell someone no. What I do is sometimes I say not right now. Maybe you're not self-employed for long enough. Maybe you've switched jobs. Maybe you have a prior credit blemish that needs to expire. But we'll say not now.
Do you help expire them?
I do. I work with another person in our LaTip group, Liz and Tanya Brown, and they help repair credit, and they can, counsel someone to try to dispute and remove some items that could be derogatory and hindering their lending process.
So let me ask you this. If traditional lenders are so strict, right, wouldn't they offer the lowest rates? Why does it say that mortgage brokers offer lower rates than traditional lenders?
Because they're not offering the lowest rates based on who's qualified. They're offering the lowest rates based on the bond market and the trading and what the supply and demand is. They're not saying like, what does Darren deserve as an interest rate because he's worked his whole life and now he has great credit. Darren deserves, they're not getting,
saying, oh, he's a good guy.
Like they're looking at the 10-year Treasury bond on any given day, and they're, today it was trading at 1.7-ish. And they're saying, okay, well, based on the 10-year Treasury bond, what's the going rate and supply and demand?
They also have other
how can
products.
I, not lose money and,
Well, you're in a more competitive situation, right? Every lender that you're working with knows that you're working with a whole bunch of lenders, so they want the deal.
And my company, one of the definite benefits of my company is that my boss subscribes to a program called Loan Sifter, which is able to access all the guidelines and pricing from all the lenders that I work with. So on any given day, I could type in your parameters to your loan, and I can see all 25 of my lenders, what they're bidding it at, and use that.
It's
sometimes copy and paste.
It's like the Travelocity of mortgages?
It is.
But banks sell other products. You don't sell other products.
Correct.
They treat this as secondary or in third place, where they make their money on making investments.
That's correct.
So if they sell a mortgage, great. If I don't sell the mortgage, I don't care.
And they're backed by their name, so they don't have to, be as diligent and accessible and as dedicated as I have to be to, continue
a real
to
estate
be,
department in the bank, when you go into the bank and you sit down and talk to this representative, it's same boilerplate questions that they ask everybody, no matter what your situation happens to be.
That's if you get somebody. We did an experiment at my previous company, and we actually hit the pavement. We went to different lenders, and we actually just walked in and said, I want to apply for a mortgage. And in a few locations, we got, So and so's in on Tuesday. It's Thursday. Okay,
that
come
crazy?
back Tuesday.
Come back Tuesday. So wait.
And these are mortgage, but we're like.
So I want a
wait,
mortgage,
what?
and we all know when we're buying a house, we want it now,
Yeah.
right? That's like because that's one of the biggest purchases we ever make, and we're always in a rush. But you've had places like say, "Oh, come back in a week."
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's a long time. But they even say just that. Oh, that gentleman's not here. Can you leave your name and number? It's like that's a mortgage lead. It's like
that's customer service.
Yeah,
That's the right thing to go and do.
Well, that's the thing
Don't let
too.
the person walk out with getting some information.
I come from like a boutique mortgage shop where it was customer service. You handle every client with kid gloves. It was hand by So when I see absent customer service, it's one of my pet peeves.
Pet peeve.
Yeah,
it's like in any
customer
industry.
service OCD.
It's funny. It's like every place I go, it's the same thing. I'm always going, okay, they could do this better. They could do that better.
It's like you
forgot
notice
to say this,
everything.
I was at a trade show not too long ago, and a kid came up to me. And you knew he was brand new in insurance, but he's he worked for an insurance company, and he was very nervous. And I said. And he's like doing his pitch, and it was one of those,
like
reading it
template.
off a card type things. And I said, the first thing you got to do is relax.
Yeah.
I said, be yourself. I said, and then I'll talk to you. I said, I'm not going to talk to you like this because you're coming off very much like a robot.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about customer service; it was about selling me. And I've had these conversations. So. It's all about the customer service. That's in any industry, in anything that goes on, even in what he does. It's about the customer service.
Everything. Someone's just missing the buck totally when they just have bad customer service. When you don't assist the client to every degree.
I normally call back a client if I know that the phone call or an email or a text was made within a minute of what's going on, which is very sick. That's because of my compulsive disorders. But I will get it done. So you never know why they're calling.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Well, you don't know.
There's a lot of methods of communication these days. So I try to at least, even if I'm in a meeting, I'll shoot a sorry I'm in a meeting text, one of those. But
well, it's all like you said. It's all about customer service. And unfortunately, in this day and age, it's that instant gratification. Where when we first started in business, it was if you weren't in the office, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You left a voicemail, absolutely.
You left voicemail.
If there was a voicemail.
We come from a time
when
before
I date back to they would blow a horn. And then you would reach out with 3 beeps.
That was
you know what each one meant.
You didn't have the string with the can?
No, this was before that. The string with the can was modern and contemporary.
Yeah, when he started out.
All right.
It's very hot in here. Could you open that door?
Yeah, it is very hot in here, Jim. If you could. All right, so they're saying that the real estate market inventory is really tight right now. People are not selling their homes. Is that true? Are you finding that to be
that's
true?
why demand is up.
They're not selling their homes?
Well, I wouldn't say that they're not selling. It's just that it's New York. I mean, there's no place left to go. There's nowhere to build more inventory. It's not like some areas in the rest of the country where it's like, there's a great demand for housing, so let's take that 100 acres and let's build some a development. Now it's like go find some land in New York. So
Long Island especially.
Exactly, Long Island especially. So you have more and more people trying to, families are getting bigger. People are trying to, go leave the home and try to, buy their own homes and
Is it true that some of the old cemeteries are being bought by real estate moguls to build homes?
You know what? I couldn't confirm
Wasn't
or
that
deny that.
That was Poltergeist,
I just
right?
asked that question. I just made it up. I just thought it sounded...
That was Poltergeist movie.
That's what
that was pretty good.
But I don't know the answer. I'm not afraid to say. I cannot confirm.
But you did. See, that was a test.
I will research it and get back to you.
Really, I don't care. I was just asking.
You know what? That's a stumper. So I'll research it and get back to you.
So
actually, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Les Wolf joined us.
Hi, Les.
Christian joined us.
Hey, Les. Christian.
Get more with Les.
Yeah, get more with Les, right? We're doing his advertising now. So, Jill, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how can they go about that?
If somebody wanted to get a hold of me, the best way to reach me is always by my cell phone, which is 347-234-2565. Again, that's 347-234-2565.
Way to go.
Way to go.
Very good.
And when we come back, we're going to talk more about the market and about the advantages of using a mortgage broker, and about some of the upcoming things that are going to be happening right here.
And maybe someone will make a phone call to speak to Jill.
Yeah, really. Come
all
on,
her
guys.
friends that are watching on LaTip.
We got all of these LaTip people watching. Nobody's calling in. We'll be right back after these messages. Small business owners, are you having trouble growing your business? Do you feel like you're always swimming upstream? Do you feel like daily tension that I can't get ahead and I don't know why? Hi everybody, my name is Darren Sayafi and I'm a business therapist. What's a business therapist? Well, some people call us coaches, some people call us advisors, other people even call us strategists. We take a vested interest in you and your personal development as a person and as a business owner to give you the tools and structure that you need to take it to that next level. So don't wait. Give me a call today for your free consultation and let me show you how you can help yourself.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friend Entertainment USA. My name is Norman Wasserman. I am also known as the Music Man. Let me just tell you a little bit about Friend Entertainment. We put on concerts for charity, and we do that everywhere from New York to Las Vegas. We do R&B, Motown, rock and roll, jazz, whatever it is that you wish. Friend Entertainment will deliver the best of the best for you and your charity. Here are some of the names of the talent that have performed with us on our stage. Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner, The Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire, the one and only ELO, Elton John himself, Kool and the Gang, and the fabulous Donna Summer. Go to our website, friendentusa.com. That's www.friendentusa.com, or feel free to call us at 631-698-9696. 631-698-9696, and we'll see you at the next show.
Hi, this is Doug Cormack, Executive Director of Orchard Estate of Woodbury, Woodbury's first assisted living and memory care community. We're opening this summer for seniors who need a little or a lot of assistance with things like taking their medication, meals, or just a maintenance-free lifestyle. Our experienced staff keeps seniors and their families connected to what matters most. Call us today to inquire about our model apartments and discover how Orchard Estate of Woodbury is providing the lifestyle Long Island seniors deserve. Call 516-246-2167. That's 516-246-2167, or visit orchardestatewoodbury.com. Licensure pending.
And welcome back to the Business Powwow with Darren and the Music Man, on a special guest, Jillian from Green River Capital.
Hello.
Capital
Corp.
So, Jillian, before the break, we were talking about how our LaTip friends are just not giving us any love. Right?
They're not helping us out tonight.
They're not helping us out tonight. 631-415.
All the talking.
All right. 631-415-1365. You want to call in, share a story about working with Jillian and the great work that she does as a mortgage broker, right?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you got.
What's up with Zillow? I hear all kinds of comments that it's good, it's not good, you stay away from it, whatever.
It's a computer, it's a machine. It's not.
See, that's all it is, right?
It's not a valuable, experienced agent. It's a machine that guesses. I mean.
Well, Zillow, I mean, I look at Zillow. Zillow's more like a listing service, isn't it?
Yeah, it's.
But so's Trulia and places like that, aren't they?
Somewhat, yeah. They're all like places to like MLS offshoots. You know what I mean?
So what's a good site for people to go to? Like, which I guess could be
MLS is usually the most.
Is the best.
If you're using a good experienced realtor, they're going to be all over MLS. They're going to be looking at their local inventory. If you're going to tell a local realtor what area you're looking in, they're going to not only look at what's listed, they'll probably get an idea of the exclusives and probably even give you an inside opinion and know people, and there's nothing that can replace personal service.
Okay, so we know Zillow and all these other things, they give this impersonal service and being able to get some instant answers for people, because you go on and like Rocket Mortgage, oh yeah, you're approved for a mortgage for $1 million, and because they put in bogus information.
Yeah.
But you have a way actually of gathering that information without somebody actually talking to you first, right? they can go right to greenrivermortgage.com and fill out an application.
Correct. They can do, I have an apply now feature if you go to my website at greenrivermortgage.com, and you can fill out your information, and there's a secure portal where you can upload your documentation and I can review it. And you could be applying for a mortgage and uploading your documentation tonight, and I could be getting back to you tomorrow. I mean, it's that simple.
Right. Or you can go to your Facebook page.
Yep.
Right, at Jillian Green River Corp.
Yeah, and there's a call now button,
There's
so you can get that cell phone number again.
Or you can call at 347-234-2565.
Very good.
There's a little extra one.
There you go. There you go. So I wanted to get that, because you do have the technology behind you.
Correct.
It's not a manual process where you go, oh my God, I got to talk to her. Because
I
people
tell
like
everybody,
that now.
Especially because I've been through a bunch of different eras in the mortgage business. I was there when you used to have to send out manual copy packages to lenders.
Right.
So I do offer every degree of service where I could, if somebody wants to sit down and meet with me face to face and say, I want to shake your hand before I send you any information about me. Well, I could do that. My office is in Plainview, or I even travel with my laptop. I could have a mobile office. My office is in that bag right now, and then for the people who are, quote unquote millennials and want to type their information in at 2 a.m. and never talk to me and just upload their documentation, they can get approved that way as well.
Well, how do you do that? How often does that happen now? Where
It
you
happens more than you think. I mean, maybe it's not always your millennial at 2 a.m, but it could be like your normal working parent like myself that just doesn't have the time during the day, sometimes in between working and raising children, to get it done, or somebody that's more efficient at their office when they don't have to have someone hear their social security number being read to me. They just want to be in their cubicle in privacy. They could be applying on the train on their way home as a commuter.
There's so many
you never
different
know
ways
why.
And my point is, you have all the technology that's needed to be a full service entity for somebody who, like you said, doesn't have the time to really hang on the phone, wants to do it off hours, but you're always available. Right?
Yes.
You make yourself.
I know
you and I talked about creating those boundaries.
Yes,
and,
I know. I'm not good with my
7
boundaries.
days a week.
I guess it's good for my clients though, but I'm not good with my boundaries. I'm not good at saying no, and I'm not good at not handling a task that I know I can handle. It's like you see it on your phone, and I'm just
You see it, and you immediately got to go. I got to go take care of this thing. And I gotta get back to these people.
What's going on with apartments in Long Island?
They're getting too expensive.
They're crazy.
Way too expensive.
And I'm looking for one.
Well, that's why you should buy one.
Yeah, I'm too old to go and buy one. I
don't want
to buy anything.
Did you know that they're not allowed to discriminate? You can give a 30-year mortgage. Even if somebody was 100, they would get a 30-year mortgage.
Yeah, well, good.
So you're never too old.
I'm never too old for a lot of things, but for getting an apartment.
Well, I mean, right.
They're crazy in prices.
Apartment prices are insane.
Or their mortgage prices.
Well, that's why you should buy, because at the end of the lease, you get a handshake. If you go out of your...
Where I go, there's no handshakes at the
Not
end
even
of the
that.
lease.
No. You have no equity that you gave the landlord the equity. So, a lot of people, the misconception is that people have to get to a certain level in life to buy, or have to, But most people, when they come and talk to me, and you can, with FHA products, you can sometimes get into a property with $20,000 out of pocket if you get a seller concession. It's not like someone has to save $100,000 or 20% like people used to think. I've literally gotten people into homes for $20,000 out of pocket. And if
I know there are
anybody
new
who
laws.
has a steady job, the lenders will allow you.
I have 3 steady jobs.
So,
it
depends what we consider steady, right?
There are new laws that are out there now for seniors and such, whether you rent and how you can leave that rental without breaking a lease. There's all different types of things.
Oh, really?
Is there anything special for seniors for mortgages?
Well, there's reverse mortgages.
Right, well, that's
I do them as well. A reverse mortgage is a different type of mortgage where you don't qualify with your normal income. You don't have to, the burden of qualification is not as heavy, and you're not required to make a payment, which is why the burden isn't, too
But you got to own in order to get one, so.
Yeah, yes, you have to own a home, and you have to have some equity in the home, and you can basically do a mortgage with a lender where they give you either a lump sum or a monthly payment, and you're not making payments on that, but there's compounding interest that's getting added onto the principal balance in lieu of you making payments. So it's not free money. I don't want to represent it as such, but it is a product where if you can't afford the monthly payment, but you need some cash, or some seniors need to close the gap between their monthly expenses and their monthly fixed income, and they could get a line of credit, something like that. As long as you are aware of the compounding interests, there are ways to offset it. And, I could definitely counsel anybody whether, which product is right
Where's
for
your
them.
office located?
We're in Plainview.
You live in Plainview?
I
and
live
work
in Plainview and I work in Plainview.
pretty cool.
It allows
That's
me
good.
to be very flexible.
She lives,
to
she
meet
works,
a demanding
she plays in
schedule.
Plainview.
I'm back and forth all day. I'm
Well, you got kids?
Yeah,
Don't do that.
kids.
She's PTA,
networking,
she does-
PTA work.
She does
kids.
all that thing.
I just-
So we
How
got
old are the kids?
my head spins a little. 6 and 3, 2 beautiful little boys.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
So Les has a question for you.
Okay, Les.
All right. See, he's too chicken to call it in, but we'll
Okay,
give
all
him
right,
that.
we'll see.
So he wants to know how you can help seniors get into a senior citizen housing.
Well, do you mean senior citizen housing like institutional, or does he mean a 55 and over retirement community?
I'm assuming a 55.
Well,
and
I can,
over.
as a mortgage broker, I can finance anything with either a block and lot or a stock certificate. So that does include co-ops,
Okay.
which are cooperative leasehold shares that will give an owner an apartment, or a condo, single family, multifamilies, buildings, commercial properties. But if it's just an institution, if he's talking about like a senior,
Like an H or a
like
Bristol
a,
Myers.
I don't
then
know.
an
That's just the
institution
question that he put up.
that
so.
doesn't sound like something that would be financeable, because that's
You can't.
that's more of like
No.
getting on the right list, and that's more of like a
Right.
medical thing.
And that's
more
way
like our
too
friends
expensive if
that's
you
like our friends at Orchard Estate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
too expensive to go into.
So
Yeah, that's something like that. But what I can do is, and partnering with Gerard, find the right 55 and over community for somebody that might be looking
now
to.
they're popping up all over the
Yeah.
place, right?
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
Long Island
Just
is
right
like,
by me in Country Point, right behind there was beautiful.
I remember when I was a
That's
kid.
where my office is, actually, right across the street from Country
That's
Point.
an Atria,
Really?
isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Is that an Atria senior living? That building?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, Bristol is probably the largest now on Long Island,
Oh, yeah?
and now there's a place that we have a client, Beechwood, right? Is it called Beechwood?
Beechwood, yeah,
Right?
that's apparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Orchard
they're beautiful
Estates,
behind
yeah.
there, the Country
Yeah.
Point, the
It's in
duplexes.
Plainview.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
brand. That must be the one that you're talking about.
Country
Woodbury.
Point.
No.
Right
no,
behind
no.
the
This
new
is
shop,
called
right?
Orchard
Orchard
Estates.
No, Orchard Estates in Woodbury.
Oh, right there in Woodbury.
You listen to the commercial?
Yeah, but Plainview is
Well, it's right there, but
They're right
I know
there.
what she's talking
They just
about.
redid the new
what's,
shop, right,
What's
in the
across?
shopping
Yeah,
right.
center.
It's right down the road from that.
Yeah, no, it's actually behind that whole thing. So anyway, it's not the same. It's not the same.
I say it's white. He goes, it's black.
No, because it's
sometimes it's actually
it's a community.
gray.
It's separate homes, separate units within there. It's
that?
not like Orchard State where it's one facility and you got the different rooms
Okay,
within
I'm
inside.
going to leave that alone because it's getting late.
It's getting late.
the
Yeah, so
hour.
we're- yeah,
Do you have
we're-
any special events that you're doing where people can, where you could do a lecture or to have a talk about your business?
Not
And-
right of now. Coming up, I didn't schedule anything because the holidays are quite demanding, and the year-end crunch and stuff like that is a little demanding. But I will stay in close contact with Darren, and I'm sure
Yeah, let
he.
us know. We're happy to promote
Thank
it
you.
for
I would
Yeah.
love that. Thank you.
As we do for all of our Lit Tip friends.
Thank
So,
you.
You know, Jillian, we want to thank you for being on. We really appreciate you.
I can't believe the hour is
I-
up.
yeah, we
It's,
really
great.
appreciate
Do you
you
have anything else
stepping up for us.
that you want to mention? We have a few minutes left.
Oh,
if you wish.
no, nothing
No.
in particular. I just,
Anybody who wants to join Lit Tip, come down.
Yeah,
Sunrise
well, that
Lit
too.
Tip.
I am part of a lovely
give you-
networking
give
group.
you a speech.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
meet
Yeah.
on
Go get
Wednesday
it.
mornings in RXR Plaza. We're a family of about 65 right now,
Yeah.
just about.
Yeah.
And what does the tip do?
We exchange qualified business leads.
supposedly
in
qualified.
layman's terms, we have each other's backs. That's what it
Yeah.
comes down to. Anytime I hear about somebody that's looking for a good accountant, it's just automatic. A bell goes off, and it's Darren. Anytime he hears somebody looking for a
Keyword
mortgage,
there being good or accountant.
Wow. I heard you had a pretty good speaker last week too there.
yes, we did.
Yes, rock the world.
Rock the world. I was actually told by somebody, I won't say Les, but
Yeah, Les.
that I was better without
he's
him than
Hey,
with-
Les. I know all about it, bud. I know all about it.
But yeah, we meet on Wednesday mornings at RXR Plaza in Uniondale.
7:30 a.m.
7 a.m.
7
a.m.
Well, he gets
Late,
there at
come
7:30.
on.
He
No,
lives
I'm
far
always
away.
there.
No,
early.
he's not late. He's not late.
Oh,
I would
no.
know. I do the attendance.
What's the possibilities of him getting to be like an officer?
If he, I mean, at the end of the year, we'll start announcing in January. There'll be
Oh,
elections.
March. Yeah, March is elections. I don't
think
know if I
it
want
would
to do
be,
that.
it would be my.
Well, I'm going to start a
fourth-
campaign for him on the show.
If I'm elected, it'll be my 4th year as vice president. So
Right.
I'd be.
So how do you
honored.
get to be? Do you have to be vice president before you become president?
No,
Is that a rule?
No. I actually.
You turned it down.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to become president, but I just didn't feel like I could give it. I won't do a thing unless I could give it 100%, and I just didn't feel like where the chips were falling at the time. I didn't feel like I could give it my 100%, being in the midst of career and mothering and PTAing, and at the time it was baseball season, and I'm my son's baseball coach, so it just didn't really fit into my schedule at the time.
You look at her schedule; it's insane.
Yeah,
it really is.
I was happy
insane.
being vice president. I've been number 2.
And this is why we were working on making right boundaries.
Boundaries.
How many parents do you have in the PTA?
How many? I wouldn't know the number offhand. I handle fundraising for them. I'm not, president or vice president.
He raises money for PTAs and things like that.
There
so
we
that's
go.
part of putting these concerts on and all.
So yeah,
that's another conversation.
We were looking.
No, we can have it now. We got a couple more minutes.
Well, no, we got a couple more. Well, you asked her before about you know, as we know, you do recruiting, you're headhunting, and you're actually looking for mortgage brokers, right? For somebody.
I am looking.
You're looking for
mortgage
5.
brokers.
Right, and you
4,
just
5,
assumed
6.
that she couldn't handle that job.
Well, because he said, he's looking for 5 mortgage brokers, and I said, well, you're assuming I can't do the work of 5.
No, I wasn't offering you to do the job of 5.
Okay, because
the client, you see, because I'm money greedy, okay, wants 5. So if I place one person, I get 1 fee. If I place 5, I get 5 fees.
I like that.
Right?
Well, see, that's good business. That's good business.
That's what it is.
So, all right, so we're close to the end here. Jill, one more time, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
The best way to reach you is my cell, because I don't know boundaries.
Okay.
And it's 347-234-2565. Again, that's 347-234-2565.
Fantastic.
Great, you've been a great guest.
Yeah,
Thank you.
fantastic.
Very
Thank you for
articulate.
having me.
You know,
Yes.
I'm really impressed with. I have bought a few homes in my life. You really are on target.
Thank you.
The words and the knowledge that you have, very impressive.
Thank you.
Very impressive. Good job.
I'll give you. He used to live 2 houses down from Chris.
Oh, okay.
And across the street. I lived in Jericho.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's so did you know each other at the time, or?
He wasn't born yet.
see, that's the
That's
thing.
literally.
And a nice story now. Chris lives now in my rental property, which is my first home that I bought with my husband when we
where
got
he is in
married.
Nixon?
Where my husband and I started our life together. That's where he rents that house from me right now with his girlfriend Rachel. So now they're
His last
starting
name
now.
happens to be Wasserman,
So now
like
we all
mine.
come from. See, he used to live next to you, and now he I hope it could be as good to them as it was to us.
So my thing is
home.
Chris somehow related to him because he used to live next to him, and his girlfriend's last name is Wasserman.
Wasserman.
Yes.
And his last name is Wasserman.
All right. Well, you
Okay,
didn't
so-
deliver mail there.
Small world.
I'm sorry.
That was good. That was really good.
I don't think she's so good.
No.
Milkman, mailman, they're all the same.
So again,
Let's just say that nobody that lived in my home was ever not divorced.
Okay.
I bought it from
Right.
someone
Okay.
that was divorced. The person before that was divorced. The people after me got divorced, and so on and so forth.
And so yeah, Chris says it's
Might
something.
want to just think of, a ball and chain to
the house and level it.
it
Let's
was a
start
lovely
again.
house, but that's
Well,
it.
that's why I
never-
said I hope that house can be good to them, because we had a great first couple of years in that home before
It's
we
a nice
moved
little
on.
home,
Yeah.
and I've been in it a few times. We go there for our meetings.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. So that's good.
All
But
right,
thank
Jill.
you so much.
Yes,
thank
Thank
you
you
again.
for having
We
me.
really
Thanks a
appreciate
lot.
it.
And thank you for viewing, listening.
Good job.
Good.
You'll
Thanks.
get your special package tomorrow. Darren will send it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get you.
And don't
we'll get
forget to
everything.
take your cup.
Okay, thank you
Yeah,
so
don't
much.
come.
Thank you. Made by Joel Parker.
That's right. It's a business powwow.
Another person in our family.
Yes, that's right. Joel, yeah, he did a great job with that. So we got Wednesday, we got the Magro Foundation.
Yeah, Terry Magro.
Right, the Michael Magro Foundation, and because it is Give Back Wednesday, last Wednesday of the week of the month. As you know, charities come on, we bring them on. It's our way to give back to them and help them.
Fabulous charity. Great
It
charity.
really is a fantastic
Terry
charity.
does a wonderful job, her and her husband, with this charity, and certainly be of interest to those of you that are out there.
Yeah, you really should watch this Wednesday night. Look, I know Thanksgiving is Thursday, and we know you're going to be home waiting to start cooking. So you got nothing else to do. Watch the show right here on the Village Connection Network at 8 p.m. Wednesday night.
That's it.
All right, and if you guys look, we got 2 days, day and a half. We'll be back together.
We'll be back.
All right, you and I.
We're going to have a very unique experience.
It's going to be a unique experience, but we'll discuss that.
Well, you'll actually see it.
Well, you'll see it happening. So
before your eyes.
It's going to be a fun night. Don't forget to tune in. We'll see everybody Wednesday night. Have a safe couple of days.
If you can't make it Wednesday night, have a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving to you and your family. We wish you all the best, and then we'll see you the following Monday.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Have a good week.
Good night.
We'll see you Wednesday night. Good night.
That all dead, the lines cut off inside my head. I left here like a broken man with no idea of where I stand. Oh, my mind clears. Lord, I shed all my tears. Oh, now baby, I was just waiting here while you moved on. Security, this newfound freedom you kept from me. The sound of all your loaded guns, this outbreak war has just begun. The sound of all your loaded guns, this broken man has already won. Oh, my mind clears.